Jai Jai Shri Radheshyam, welcome. And speech by Sadguru, what a name. Sadguru means the Supreme Guru. So he called himself the Supreme Guru. Honesty, humility, zero. But let's listen what he have to say about the purpose of life.
Okay, so what's really the purpose of life? If you can give an insight on that. Thank you.
Isn't it fantastic that if there's no purpose, you have nothing to fulfill, you can just live?
So what makes him important for the followers of him to follow him? If there is nothing to do, why you need a guru? Why you need to be, by the way, the Sadguru, the Supreme Guru? This is nonsense. But wait, because this get worse.
No, but you want a purpose. And not a simple purpose, you want a God-given purpose. It's very…
Exactly, a God-given purpose. You know why? Because as soul, deeply in our heart, we know that we have something important to do here, but we cannot remember what is the purpose of this. What is the meaning of being here? We cannot remember, but we know something is there. Same that when somebody has Alzheimer, for example, they see the family members, they cannot remember the name, they cannot remember the connection they have. Mother, father, daughter, who is this person? But they can feel this person. In the heart they know, I know this person, I love this person, but who is? This is exactly what is happening here. Every one of you, a living soul, you have a mission, and that mission is sacred, and your heart is screaming and calling for the awakening and for that moment, that precious moment when you will really realize your purpose on life. But this dude, I'm sorry, I cannot say guru because this is a blasphemy against real gurus, but this dude is saying there is no purpose. It sounds for me like the speech of Osho Ragnesh.
dangerous. People who think they have a God-given purpose are doing the cruelest things on the planet.
Just people who think they have some mission, or this is nature of humankind. Sadguru himself had been repeatedly accepting and saying openly that he never read the Bhagavad Gita. I can tell you that by Bhagavad Gita you can really understand the nature of humankind. And this is part of the nature of humankind. There is tamas, darkness, absence of wisdom. In ignorance, people truly do horrible things. In absence of God, people do horrible things. Even if they will dress like a monk, like a mystic, like this dude on TV, or there will be simple politicians or materialistic people. Does not matter, because the cloth doesn't make you anything. You can dress like a monk and think on sex all day long. Or you can be a person who works in an office 24/7, going to job or so on, and in your heart and in your mind, you can be a person who is meditating continuously on God. God outside and God inside. We're not talking a God from a Western Christian point of view. We are talking a God from a broad point of view, where God is omnipresent in every single heart. So yes, there is a purpose on life, absolutely.
Yes or no? They are doing the most horrible things, and they've always been doing the most horrible things. Because when you have a God-given purpose, life here becomes less important than your purpose. No, life is important.
Yes, life is important. Of course life is important, because life is indeed pran. This life is consciousness in itself, and this consciousness is God and is you at the same time. There is Atma and Paramatma, the supreme Atma, the supreme soul, and the soul. I am the soul, God is the supreme soul. We have an eternal link and connection, and this supreme guru, God, the real guru, is speaking to my heart and always saying, you remember that you have been come for the awakening, to open the eyes to this real supreme reality, because everything in this planet is temporary. It doesn't mean that it's less important. You must to respect and love everything in this universe, every single entity. You cannot destroy everything in the name of God, thinking that I have something better to do and these people or animals or nature is nothing. No, it's not like that. This is a cartoonish idea that this guy dressed in white is saying. What a nonsense, really.
Life is important. When I say life, I am not talking about your family, your work, what you do not do, your party. I'm not talking about that as life. This is life, isn't it? Life is within you or around you. The ambience of life, you're mistaking the ambience of life for life. Your home, your family, your workspace, your party, this is all ambience of life. This is not life, isn't it? Yes or no? You're mistaking the ambience for the real thing. No. Life is important. Because it's the only thing you know. You don't know anything else. Do you know something else?
I think, my dear friend, no my dear friend, just I think that you really don't know much about nothing, honestly. It's very sad to say, but this new era, new age, commercial spiritual leaders are not giving anything important to the followers, more than catching their attention and drowning their energy. This is what really is happening. Because what he's saying, it makes no sense. And it's based on what? In his own imagination. You know why? Because real mysticism begins by learning from spiritual master. Who is the spiritual master of this man? Nobody knows. Somebody say that is some invisible Babaji who is in the Himalayas, but you cannot see because he's in a spiritual body. Is something absolutely bogus. I can say exactly the same, but you know what? I will tell you something for the ones who are not really learn on these matters. For yoga and yogis from all the schools, traditional schools, bona fide schools, there is something that is called parampara, and all yogis are very proud of their own parampara. This parampara is master-disciple. The master brings the eternal knowledge to the disciple learn. He by the practice or she by the practice will turn into a perfect yogi as well, and then will become obviously a master, and that master will take disciples and will train them to become a master, and those masters will have disciples. This is called parampara. This is a chain, but this man on screen doesn't have any chain, so he has no real spiritual knowledge. He can speak nice as any writer or poetician or politician, but it's not leading to anything spiritual. Really, if you hear this video, he's saying absolutely nothing. Even more, he's speaking on absolutely materialistic point of view. Because there is a purpose on life. For all yogis and all spiritual gurus, bona fide gurus, real gurus, there is a purpose of life. And it does not mean that you must to look down on the material realm. Indeed, all this beautiful material realm is created with one purpose, that everything will help you and you will help everyone in this incredible spiritual journey back to your real consciousness. Now, as Jiva is normally used as a synonym to Atman, but Jiva actually means that consciousness that is sleeping or is polluted. This is Jiva. So everybody in Kali Yuga, in this era that we are living, this dark era, is a consciousness. You are a conscious, you are conscious, you are a consciousness. I am everyone, every living entity. But we are polluted, we are blind in somehow, because we cannot really see the purpose of life, the real purpose of life. And that purpose of life, of course, is divine, because we are divine in our inner reality. The reality is that we are divine creatures, created by God, by love, supreme love of God. So how can not be a purpose on life? This is nonsense. This is nonsense. I don't know if I want to keep watching this video, because really, I feel sorry for the followers that are thousands of followers of him, but he's not really giving anything. Ask any bona fide yogi, bona fide spiritual master, or go through the bona fide spiritual texts from the yogic tradition, and you will see, you will read that everything that he said has no proof and based on nothing. It's his imagination. Maybe he really does not know the real purpose of life. That's why he can say this, because he is blind also.
Rest is all imagined stuff, isn't it? The only thing is that this is beating and alive, and that's all there is.
So for Sadguru, there is not a soul, there is no jiva, there is no mind, buddhi. This, from a Buddhist point of view, also is wrong, because Buddhists understand that all this material existence, even if it's some kind of illusion or projection of the mind, in the same time you exist indeed, far from this reality. From the yogic point of view, you are soul, you are expansion of Brahman, Atman, and your mission, your purpose is to enlighten yourself, to work in order to get back or to enter into nirvana or moksha, liberation, and to enter to the ocean of consciousness that is Brahman. So from every single point of view, from a spiritual point of view, this is wrong. What he's saying is absolutely wrong. I'm sorry to say, but this is absolutely wrong. What is the meaning of this kind of words? Just with 3 months of meditation, you start feeling something in your heart. When you are meditating, over 3 months, you start feeling something. You realize something, and this is no imagination. There is a difference between imagination and spiritual experience. Mysticism is different. What is that thing that is reincarnating from no beginning? What is that energy that left the bodies in the moment of death? What makes the difference between a living body and a corpse? There is one spark of life. That spark of life is the Atman, the soul. And that soul is eternal. And that soul are we. We are that soul that is eternal. So how he can say, based on what he can say that we are a heart that is beating and that's it? So is he thinking or explaining to his followers that we are a body only? There is no soul? This is the worst of the worst, really. Honestly, I don't want to keep watching this video because what I can say, I have nothing positive to extract from this. What else should be said in this video? Something else? Do you find any sense in what he's saying? You can comment here in the comment section below, or always you can be sharp but with respect. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. Bhajanita Go Radhe Shyam Japu Hare Krishna Hare Ram.